So Highguard will be shutting down soon, and I'm actually sad about this because I think the hate was so forced. Sure, they were overhyped at the Game Awards, but nothing was truly bad about this game. Highguard had solid mechanics, a unique premise, and a shocking layer of depth. Some were mad that Highguard wasn't Titanfall 3, but the game wasn't made by Respawn. Wildlight is a brand new studio with old talent. Some were mad that it played similar to Apex Legends, even though it was ex-Apex Legends devs trying to make a new FPS. And some called the art style woke because the heroes weren't whipping out their big mommy milkers in the trailer. The most valid complaints were not understanding the game type or systems. And that's totally fair, but many didn't take the time to even learn. The truth is, developers of new multiplayer titles are being forced into no-win scenarios, where they get equally shit on whether they make a new concept or the same exact game everyone's already playing. And I see the same event happening with Bungie's new game, Marathon. Some players are mad that they aren't making Destiny 3, and I have to question, are you serious? Do we really need another Destiny? Does Bungie have to work the same franchise for 20 more years? Others are mad about the art style, like Highguard, calling it woke because one of the robots has a hairstyle like Power Chord from Fortnite? And some people are just mad that it's an extraction shooter not named Arc Raiders. TheBurntPeanut went on a whole tirade about this on his stream, and he summed it up very well.
Don't shit on it day one when they try something new! Even if you don't like it, shut up! Shut the hell up! Let them work, let them cook! Let them cook or you're gonna get Call of Duty 96! I'm not living with Call of Duty 96! I can't do Call of Duty 96!
The reason games suck right now is because big studios keep lowering the quality bar, but people still keep playing. Perfect example is Call of Duty. They just announced a reboot to their Battle Royale mode called Black Ops Royale. You remember Blackout, the pre-Warzone Battle Royale from 2018? Yeah, they're gonna dig up that grave, crack open that coffin, and feed that to you. And I seriously can't believe that we're going to pre-2020 for new gaming ideas in the AAA studios. I see Call of Duty players moaning and complaining every single year about how their game is lazy, uninspired, and overpriced, full of AI. And every year around October, the Stockholm Syndrome kicks in, and like beaten wives, they run to the online market to put $120 down on the deluxe edition. Meanwhile, all these unique gaming experiences are just left to flounder. And I'm not just talking about great value brands like Highguard. There's some weird quality AAA titles out there like Fragpunk, Delta Force, Splitgate, Off the Grid, Mecha Break, and of course the Finals, which is the previous game from the Arc Raiders developers. But each of these games would be lucky to hold 10,000 concurrent players. I think the Finals is the one that does the best out of these with probably 20 to 30,000 concurrent players. I'm of course talking about Steam, there's no accounting for console, but console is usually around the same amount of people. In my time as a gaming creator, I've watched so many battle royales just live and die without gaining any sort of mainstream notoriety. And much the same, I would see endless complaining from fans of the established titles Fortnite, Apex Legends, Warzone, on and on all the social medias, but ultimately, they voted with their wallets and their time, and a few dedicated creators cannot fight the algorithmic tide. Drawing back to my main game, Marvel Rivals, I've seen so many complaints about the current meta, which is centered around gambit power boosting and poke damage. Literal social media movements and crash out rants galore. But I have to take a bit of a stand here. I think we as gamers have definitely become entitled. Like, it's not enough that NetEase pops out a new hero and a new map every single month, which is what many in the community asked for. It's not enough that they deliver new PvE and casual experiences, new events with free skins, tournaments, esports, and a shit ton of lore with every single update. No matter what the devs do, they simply cannot win because the algorithm is always going to favor complaining. But the worst part of it all is that no one can really point to better alternatives. I would understand the vibes if there was some pinnacle of gaming, some untouchable zenith of entertainment, but the truth is everything has its flaws. So when you deal with the mass opinions of social media, everything just looks like different shades of shit. And maybe I'm just old because I watched games grow from the early 90s into the mass multiplayer entertainment products that they are today. Huge generational franchises. But if I can impart any wisdom from my perspective, it's to appreciate what you have. There has never been this much choice for quality, and if we dogpile every developer attempting something new or trying to twist an established formula, then we're definitely going to end up with those Call of Duty 96s like Burnt Peanut was talking about. People run back to the established titles because they're familiar, not because they're good, not because they're high quality, not because they're having fun, and that's the inherent problem. Gaming should be fun. And if you aren't gaming for fun, if you're choosing a game because it's got a bigger audience, or it's got higher ratings, or maybe it's just got more viewers on social media, then you can't really complain when the developers feed you more slop. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. How do you feel about Highguard? How are you feeling about Marathon, Marvel Rivals? We're gonna do a bit of everything on this channel if it involves hero shooters, because what I want this channel to be about is superhero gaming. That's what I'm pushing forward, and that's what it means. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you around. Damn it, man! No, that's absurd. How long that went.
Let's get out of here.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, we had a couple potatoes on the squad. That was such a wild match.